From Wallace Insurance Agency. Just going to go over how to acquire marketplace health insurance when you're outside of the open enrollment period, which typically goes from November 1st through December the 15th. If you are looking to get coverage effective January 1st of the following year. And of course, this is where you can acquire this insurance through probably third parties or through an agent, or a lot of people will call the health insurance marketplace and go through them. But the change now is essentially the marketplace would like to receive proof that you have lost credible coverage prior to enrolling into the plan. So they will have to approve the document before actually activating the plan, and then that's when you'll be allowed to. I wouldn't say activate the plan because you still need to pay your initial premium payment, but it will essentially open enrollment to the plan so that you can make the payment and then activate the policy. But this step has to be approved first. So these are a few documents. I'm not going to read it verbatim, but you can I have it on the screen. It should be pretty clear to read. This is the document that automatically populates and you will receive via mail, or if you did it online, you'll get an email. You'll be able to download this essentially, this document, the eligibility um, notice, and it's going to tell you exactly what you need. So here you go. Your marketplace plan, I'm just reading it. Coverage won't start until you submit an acceptable document. It must confirm either that you lost qualifying health coverage no more than 60 days before you reported the loss to the marketplace, 90 days if you lost Medicaid or CHIP, so state insurance, that you'll lose no more than 60 days after you reported the loss to the marketplace. The document must include your name and the date of coverage loss. You can submit more than one document, but again, they're basically saying you have to have your name on that document and the date. So, for instance, if you provide a document and it says I lost coverage on February 1st, and for instance, you're trying to apply today, that will not be accepted, or you try to apply in May, that will not be accepted. And that's specifically if it's from a commercial insurance, like a previous employer. So you have to be timely when you are reporting these things. If it's Medicaid or state insurance, you get 3 months essentially. But if it's not that, then you get 60 days, essentially 2 months. And if it is too far outside that window, even by one day, the marketplace will not approve. I've seen that. So here are some of the examples of the documents that they will accept: a letter from an insurance company, a letter from the employer, a letter about COBRA coverage, which in COBRA it typically will provide you with an end date um, healthcare program document. They're talking about typically government healthcare, and a lot of the state or government insurance documents will have a lot of detailed information, specifically when the coverage will end. And let's see here. And also, if you lost student health coverage, that's also an acceptable document because that will be considered apparently major medical coverage, incredible coverage. So you can use that if you want to get a marketplace plan. And here are some other options. So pay stubs from the employer, recent within 1 to 3 months, that shows proof of a deduction of from the paycheck for your health coverage. Documents showing you lost coverage because of divorce, legal separation, custody agreements, or annulment within 60 days of submitting your application, 90 days if you lost Medicaid or CHIP. Document showing you lost coverage due to death of a family member. Maybe you were on that policy, they passed away, the policy goes with them, you lose your coverage. Other confirmation that shows you lost or will lose coverage because of death of a spouse or other family member. If you're losing or lost coverage from a non-calendar year plan, you can submit a date, a dated and signed copy of written verification from an insurance agent, or a dated letter from your insurance plan stating when your coverage year ends. So that those are alternatives. Usually 90% of the time, it's gonna be employer and typically state insurance, so and if for some reason you're outside that window, you lost contact of the employer, do not fear reaching back to HR or someone in that department and just saying, "Hey, I just need a document with your company letterhead and my name, my information," and you just restating that, I have lost coverage on this particular date. Usually, the marketplace will accept that. So that's an option if you don't have it with you. Just be willing to reach out to HR or probably previous management or manager or supervisor or someone of that sort that can acquire those documents for you. And for those that cannot get the documents, do not have proof, there are alternative forms of insurance, and that'll be in another video coming at another time. Have a good day.